Hi, Wendy.
Hello, how are you? I'm the first one.
Yes. Thank you
Oh
for
my
being
God.
thank you for being
Yeah,
punctual.
no problem. My pleasure. I'm excited to receive this course today.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, Cynthia.
Hello.
Welcome. Just going to take advantage of this time just to mark you present. So it's Wendy from Riviera Maya
Yeah, from Playa del Carmen.
and Cynthia.
Yes, present.
How's the weather in Playa del Carmen at the moment?
Raining.
It's cloudy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Actually, there's a cold front warning right
Is
now.
that a norte, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a little bit chilly, not too much because of the rain, but it's 24 centigrades
Oh, that's all right.
Celsius. Yeah, it's okay.
And welcome to Hammer.
Hi, teacher. How you
Welcome to
doing?
Kenya. How's the weather where you are, Emma?
It's pretty cool and cloudy.
Where are you? You in Mexico City?
No, I'm in Coatepec. It's a town very close to Jalapa City.
Ah, yes, yes,
Mm,
Veracruz.
Veracruz, yes, that's right.
Mhm. Okay, so you can see our menu for today, our last session. And last time I asked you, those that were present, what areas of the IELTS exam you'd like to review. And people, rather unexpectedly, I thought, decided to ask for reviews of reading tasks and writing. So I'm going to demonstrate, I'm going to do some demonstration activities with you, and I'd like you to participate as students, right? So we'll do a couple of reading tasks and one writing task. Yeah, the writing task lasts a bit longer, so I think we'll only have time for one. And this is all material that's prepared by Cambridge, right? That you can use from their website. Mhm. Then at the end, I'll give you a little survey and we'll discuss about areas that perhaps you'd like to briefly review in the few minutes remaining. So the material I get from this website, yeah, that's material for examiners. So the first thing we're going to do is a diagram label completion activity, and then some how to deal with short answer questions on the IELTS exam. All right. Hope that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure.
But the idea is you participate as if you were students, and then therefore it might give you an idea of how to like do these sessions yourself. So, okay, here we are. Let's begin. Welcome, David. And welcome, Norma. I didn't see you come in. Welcome, Norma. Let me just mark you present. No. Oh, yes, here we are. Now, this is what we call task type 10. I'd like you to, in pairs, discuss what you can understand about the diagram using the information given. All right. I'm going to put you into pairs for about 3 minutes into the breakout rooms. So I'm going to have to give you the link to this slide. Okay, so let me give you the link first before we go to the breakout rooms. Welcome, Anselmo. We're recording this, so if you need to go back, you can do, and watch the video later. All right. So please click on the task, and you should be able to see this diagram. Can you give me a thumbs up to confirm you received it? Thank you, Hema.
Got it.
All right, so I'm going to put you into 3 groups. 3 groups of 3, for literally 3 minutes, and I'd like you to discuss what the diagram shows. What features can you explain from the information given? All right. Let's do it. Please confirm that you've all received the link. Welcome, Beatrice, just arrived. Confirm that you've got the link. Look at the diagram. 4 minutes. What features can you explain from the information given? So, question 1, what does the diagram show?
Roots.
Is it roots though? It's not roots though, is it?
I don't know because it's so small that I can not really see.
It says, well, if you click on the link, then you can get into the slides and then zoom in, yeah?
Mhm.
So the thing
Yes.
is to use the link and then click on the link. Don't rely on the screen too much if your eyes aren't great, all right?
About the tunnels on the diagram
Tunnels,
below.
yes.
Yes. So it's about tunnels, isn't it?
Mm,
Tunnels made by what? Who makes the tunnels?
like the insect, the beetle,
Miners or? Yes, it's beetles, isn't it? Yeah.
the beetles, uh-huh.
Is it just one type of beetle or are there different types?
Here we can see 3 different types
Yes.
of beetles.
Right. Oh, good. Now, let's have a look at questions 2 and 3. Look at the instructions and answer, and the answer space is 6, 7, and 8. What type of information is required for the answers? And which are the key words in the diagram? We can do this open class, can't we? What's the missing information that's in 6, 7, and 8?
Maybe the name of the tunnels?
No, the name of the beetles and the depth, the centimeters that are down below the earth, and Kaupat.
Okay, I think that might be a key word. But what is the missing information? Six, 7, and 8.
Maybe what is the habitat for the insects?
Isn't the type of the beetle that
That's right. It's the type of dung beetles, isn't it? And
right.
as you can see, there are 6 types, aren't there? Right? Who knew there were so many types of dung beetle, right? Now, what are the key words? Key words in the diagram.
I guess the type of dung beetles?
Uh,
No.
What about cowpat? Is that a keyword?
I suppose it is important, yeah, but to answering the for answering the actual the words that are going to help them get the answers are the key words. So we're thinking of like centimeters below the surface, right? Because some dung beetle types go deeper than others, don't they? Yeah. And the other key word is going to be tunnel, right? Now, what do you think? Remember from our terminology regarding reading sub-skills, in what order would you do the following with the reading test, text, and why? So detail reading, scanning, and skimming.
Well, first skimming.
All right, but don't you need to do something with the text for the key words? Okay, I'd like you to go into the breakout rooms for another 3 minutes with the same people, right? And answer question number 4. In what order would you do the following with the reading text and why? So is it detail reading first? Is it skimming first or scanning? Which goes first? Right? And why? Can you remember anything of those principles? Right? So quick chats, quick discussion, literally 3 minutes, and then we'll return and I'll give you the answers.
You're muted, Andrew. I think so. We can.
Some differences in understanding of the terminology, but it's okay. So this is what Cambridge recommends. Scan the text for the keywords that you've identified in the diagram, and then skim the part of the text around the keywords to see if it relates to the missing information. For example, in the sample text, tunnel appears in the first paragraph once, but it's not related to the missing information. Okay, let me send you now the text so you can confirm this. Give me a second. Takes a while for it to come up. There you go. Tunnel appears several times in paragraph 2, and this is the relevant section for the missing information. Detailed reading should only happen when students are sure they've found the relevant section of the text. Now, for task type 10, the words will probably only come from one part of the text. They don't necessarily occur in the order of the passage. Right? Because it doesn't follow a strict linear pattern, the diagram. Pay attention to expressions relating to location and position, as these are likely to be the ones relating to the diagram, along with the key words. Now, going to give you the task itself, and how long shall I give you? How many minutes? Talking about
Half an hour.
all
Just kidding.
right. Well, you're going to do this sample task individually, and at the end, before you, well, when we get feedback on it, I'd like you to try to identify where you found the answer. So here it is. It's on a Google form. So I'll give you about 4 minutes to do it. 3 or 4 minutes should be enough. Please confirm you've received the Google form. And you've got the PDF in case the words are kind of too small. So you have to label the tunnels on the diagram by choosing the correct type of dung beetle from the options below. All right. Why don't you go ahead and submit your answers? Let's check. 2 answers so far. I got 4 responses. There's still time. Send in your responses. All right, so 60% of us got the right answer. It was indeed South African for 6. And only 1/3 of us. Oh no, 50% of us got the right answer in number 7. And Spanish, yes, 83% of us got the right answer there. Ah. So where are the answers found? Is it the first paragraph, the second, or third paragraph? Where did you find the answers?
Second and third.
You found answers in the third? Because when I looked at it, I thought the answers were all in the second paragraph where it says dung beetles. Yeah. Am I wrong? Maybe I am. Because it says large species originating from France excavate tunnels to a depth of 30 centimeters. So the answer would be
You're
for
right.
the
That's what. No, sorry.
yeah.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
it's my incorrect answer was in paragraph 3. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, I found all the answers in paragraph 2 as well. Yeah. Yeah. So the South Africans are in the middle in terms of depth. The really deep ones are the French, and the shallow ones are the Spanish. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great. So that was a type 10 task. In my experience, the answers are rarely found early in the text. That the first paragraph is often just to give you context, right? So I encourage them to read further into the middle of the text for that part. Now, ready for another reading task? How about short answers? No. So short questions, I should say. called. Right. Now you're going to practice short answer questions which may appear anywhere on the IELTS academic reading paper. You should always read the instructions carefully, especially the number of words the candidates are asked to write. Let's have a look at the type of text that might be used for this. And the activity. One second. Right. This is the worksheet I'll give you. Please open this. Now, the procedure for answering this type of question is to identify the keywords in the question, then scan the text for the corresponding section. As the answers will usually be located in text order, you can move through the passage without too much going backwards and forwards. You then skim the corresponding section to find the correct answer. Occasionally, the answers will not all be in text order, so encourage your students to skim read around the relevant section of the text if they don't find the answer quickly, and keep the other questions in mind at all times. So let's do the first question on the worksheet together. All right. So what are the key words in question 1? What's the question? Beatrice, could you read it in voz alta for us, please?
Yes. What are the keywords in the questions below? Underline them and compare with the partner. Answer the questions below using no more than 3 words for each answer. Write your answers in boxes 1 to 3 on your answer sheet. Number 1, in which year did the World Health Organization define health in terms of mental, physical, and social well-being?
Okay, stop there. Now, tell us, Beatrice, can you identify the key words in question 1?
I would say health, mental, physical, and social. But I don't know if I pick like too many.
No, it's there's certainly going to be more than one. So you're right there.
And maybe also I look for the World Health Organization or WHO, because
Yes.
probably next to that I will find the definition.
Yeah.
And the year maybe.
Yes, year
Also.
is a key word, definitely. So go for that. Which year I'm trying to
I
write on
think,
here. It's
yeah,
not
because of
letting me.
basically the question year.
Yeah. Yes, so the key words are year, World Health Organization, health, mental, physical, and social well-being. Those are the ones to look out for. Yeah. Let me just put these on a slide. Oh. Oh. Okay. All right. I'd like you to do the same for 2 and 3. Individually, please. Try, if you can, write on the PDF, underline the key words. Or you might find it easier to put these into a Word document and underline the keywords that way. So that's number 2 and that's number 3.
Is there a text that we should be reading or just the questions?
No, just look at the questions first. Yeah. The first thing is to identify those keywords. Right? All right. Can anyone help us with number 2? Volunteer to tell us which keywords you underlined in number 2. David.
Yes, I underlined year, World Health Organization, define health.
Okay. That's fine. What about number 2 though? That was number 1. Can you help us with number 2, David?
Yes, of course. I underlined 3 broad areas: people's health, socio-ecological view.
Why broad?
Because I don't know if it's gonna be if there are gonna be more details or subcategories. So it's because it says broad areas, I suppose I gotta focus on that.
Okay. Certainly 3, health, and there's one more. Thank you, Claudia. Let's have a look what Claudia put. Yes, socio-ecological is also a key one, yeah? Thank you. And how about Kenya? Can you help us with number 3?
Sure, sure. During which decade were lifestyle risks seen as the major contributors to poor health? I underlined which decade and
Yes,
lifestyle risk.
that's right. Yes. Decade and lifestyle risks. And there's one more suggested in the answers.
Poor health.
Poor health. Yeah. Nice. So these are the keywords that it's recommended that you look out for. I'll make it bigger. There we go. Now, let's go back to our task. The procedure is the following. Scan the accompanying text as quickly as possible to find your keywords for each question. Write down the corresponding paragraph number next to each question. Compare with the partner. So we're just doing number 2 now. Okay, I'll give you the text. Just going to make sure I send you the right text. There we go. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes for this part. Give you the worksheets as well. So if you think number 1 was found in paragraph 2, then you write 2 next to number 1. Sorry, the paragraphs are lettered A to D, aren't they? Or to F. A to F. So, which paragraph can we find? Question 1. And question 1 is, in which year did the World Health Organization define health in terms of mental, physical, and social well-being? C, says Claudia. C, says Beatrice, and you're correct. So, okay, I'll give you a few more minutes to do 2 and 3. I'll put you in pairs into breakout rooms so you can complete that together. It would be a good idea if one of you could screen share. Someone in your group could screen share as you're doing this.
Gwen, ¿andas ahí?
All right, so where did you find the answer to question 2? Name the 3 broad areas which relate to people's health according to the sociological view of health. Which paragraph is that found in?
Paragraph E.
Correct. Question 3. During which decade were lifestyle risks seen as the major contributor to poor health? Which paragraph?
I think the answer for number 2 was on paragraph D, wasn't it?
No, it was E.
E.
Yeah.
So the last question, the answer is in paragraph E2.
No, the answer to statement 3, that was found in paragraph D.
It's not the other way.
So number 2, the answer was paragraph E. Which decade were lifestyle risks seen as the major contributors? That was paragraph D.
No, but the question for decade, it's on question 3.
Which decade?
Yeah.
Yeah. And where did you find the answer then?
Paragraph E?
No.
No.
No?
No.
So it's E for number 2 and D for number 3?
Number 3, yes. And number 2, the answer was E. Number 3, the answer is in paragraph D. Look at the question and look at the text carefully. All right. Now, reread the first question and skim only the corresponding paragraph for it. All right. So for number 1, make sure you're only reading which paragraph? For question 1, which
It's
paragraph?
paragraph C.
You're only going to read paragraph C, right, for question 1. For question 2, you're only going to read paragraph E. And for question 3, you're only going to read
Paragraph D.
D. That's right. So I'm going to give you about 3 minutes working individually. Remember, you should write no more than 3 words for each answer. Right? That's why it's called short answer questions. Right? And the students would have to, candidates will have to write these. If it's computer-based IELTS, they've got to write it on the screen, right? Paper, obviously, they've got a paper answer sheet. So here is the link. There we go. Please click on, confirm you received it. Give me thumbs up. Thank you. All right, 3 minutes starting now. Find and write the answers. Should be easier because you've kind of zoomed in on the right part of the text to give you the answer. If you're done, you can submit your answers. Pressing the submit button. Let's see how we did. Yeah. Okay, we've got a variety of answers, but you know what the correct one is 1946. Yeah. So encourage your students to be precise because I don't know, maybe I'm not sure if IELTS would actually give you the right answer for that. So because it does say in which year, not years or decade. Yeah. So 1946 is definitely going to be the right answer. Yeah. 1940s is too much like approximate. Okay, 3 broad areas. I think, yes, everyone got that correct, didn't they? Well done. It's social, economic, and environmental. And which decade were lifestyle risks seen as the main contributors? Variety of answers here. Come on, guys. What do we think was right?
Well, if it says no more than 3 words, then you should write the decade in letters, 70s, right?
Yes. In the 1970s is the right answer. Or just 1970s, right? But it has to be the 70s, right? That has to be the right answer. 80 to 90 was not right. 86 is not right because it's not the decade. Yeah. Keyword is decade. Yes, thank you, Beatrice. Yeah. And it's so yeah. Although the 80s is a decade, it's not the right answer. Yeah, we already located that it was in D, paragraph D. Lifestyle risks seen as major contributors, yes. Yeah, it says in the first paragraph, sentence here. 70s was a focusing on the prevention of disease and illness by emphasizing the importance of the lifestyle and behavior of the individual. And then it goes on to explain this more in the paragraph. Yeah. The first sentence is what we call the topic sentence, right? And then the rest of the paragraph develops this idea or theme. Good. Well, did you find that a useful activity?
Yes.
And it's amazing how easily you can design and develop if you're teaching IELTS online, you know, using these PDFs from Cambridge, you can easily turn them into Google Forms. And then the students get instant feedback on how well they did. All right. So I'm sending you the activities through the chat so that you can save this and let's develop similar tasks for your own students. No, it doesn't have to be online. You could these were originally developed not for the online context, right? So they were originally made for face-to-face classes. Should we move on to writing?
Yes.
Oh, no. Television. We all like talking about television, don't we? All right, so I'd like you to, I'm going to put you into pairs, and I'd like you to discuss for 3 minutes these questions. What time of day do you usually watch TV, and what do you watch? What time of day do you usually listen to the radio, and what do you listen to? Do you watch TV or listen to the radio more? Right, so which one is more preferential for you? TV or radio? Do you think most people have similar TV and radio habits to you? Okay. Now this is going to lead towards writing about a graph. All right. So for many students, not the most exciting activity, right? So let's get them interested, right, with these questions. So I'll put you into pairs for a couple of minutes. I'll give you the link to this. Activity, right? So please click on the link as well, so you've got access to the questions and the graphs and so on. Literally 2 minutes to talk about the questions with your partner. And let's go. What about you, Norma? What telly do you like watching? Go talk about telly with your partner, please. Or talk with Josefina. Norma, please. If you can't go to the breakout rooms. Interesting that people said they didn't listen to the radio very much anymore.
Well, for me here in Playa, it's because the distances are so short that you really don't have a lot of time to listen to the radio
That's
when you're
true.
driving from one place to the
Yeah.
other. So yeah.
Yeah, that would be the main thing, isn't it? When you're driving to work. Yeah. The f funny thing is, I've listened to the radio more since I invested money in a like a hi-fi system, and it's got a Marantz receiver, and with the receiver you can like listen to different radio stations all around the world via the internet. It's really cool. Like so I often listen to BBC Radio 2, and they have amazing shows from the BBC, like you know, music from musicals and shows on Broadway, and sounds of the 70s, sounds of the 90s, and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's there's some talk radio, but it's I mostly listen to music. So yeah, I mean, encourage your students to listen to as much English language radio as well, because that will give them some exposure that they probably need. And also exploit any opportunity to talk about topics that might come up in the speaking exam of IELTS. Yeah, and this is a typical topic. Who do you watch TV with? Is it mainly streaming, or is it radio? Why do you listen to TV more than the radio? That sort of thing. Yeah? So make the most of that. Any other interesting answers that you heard?
Yes, that as teachers enjoy silence. So we like don't really enjoy listening to music or maybe watching TV or loud sounds because we hear all of that every day, half of our day.
Right. No. Yes, silence is valuable as well. I mean, actually, that is a topic that will might come up on IELTS. There's like silence. Yeah, and in the speaking test, I remember a question like that. Now, look at this graph. It shows how radio and TV audiences change throughout the day in the UK, or Reino Unido, the Gran Bretagna, right? Look at the graph, read it, and tell me, is it similar to your habits? Anyone have similar habits to this?
Yeah, more or less. Yes, I
Cynthia says, yeah.
I was saying that I listen to the radio in the mornings when I'm on my way to work, but it's a very short distance, so it's like not for a very long time, just like 15 minutes, no more than that. And then yeah, I watch TV usually late afternoon or night.
So Cynthia says yes. Anyone else have anything different from this?
Okay, in my case, I think that it is really difficult even to watch TV because I live so far away of my work and my school, so it is really difficult to watch TV. And sometimes I can listen to the radio because the at the public transport or I used to have an app, but sometimes it is even difficult at the public transport to be able to do that.
Do you think there's similarities with Mexico with the TV audiences peaking at around 7 o'clock at night? Probably not. All right, now I'd like you to read there are three different summaries of the graph, and you have to decide which summary is best. You may have to zoom in on the text a bit. So let me give you the link again, just in case. All right, so is it A? Is that the best one?
I believe it is.
Why?
Well, comparing with B and C, in my opinion, it's the best summary. Comparing it to the graph as well, that people mostly listen to the radio on the way to work, and in the evening, usually when back at home, to relax, a way of relaxing.
Okay. Anyone think B? Thank you, David. Anyone think B?
I thought so.
You think B, Patricia, why?
Because I thought the graph is showing, well, I was checking B and C, but I didn't think it was C because the graph is showing the time and not exactly I'm not sure. Not exactly like the people. I'm not sure. And I thought it was like more formal, a B. I didn't think it was the A because we don't really know the reasons, right? I'm not sure.
Beatrice thinks B.
I think it's B too because it's being a specific accordingly to the percentages that they're showing.
No one thinks C. No one wants to vote for C?
I think that it is C.
Why?
I think that it mentioned like in overall, like according to the graph, that it compares that the radio is more popular than television and mention obviously the time in which every of it, according to television and radio, has the majority of audience, it could be.
Uh-huh. But you're right, it's actually C, Kenya, yeah. Yeah, C is correct because it summarizes the 3 points, the main points. TV is more popular overall. Radio is more popular in the morning, and TV is in the evening. And it also has a good range of academic language. Contrast that with A, which has some informal language like telly, too much simple language, for example, repetition of big, and it repeats. I didn't show you the rubric, but the instructions, but it does repeat words from the rubric. It also interprets the data instead of reporting it. Right. Now, common mistake. Academic writing part 1. You should describe the data, not interpret it. Right? So remind students that that's not something they should do. Right? B is not because it gives specifics, not trends. Yeah. We're encouraged to describe trends. Now, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, which phrases in C could we use in any summary?
To sum up?
Sum up
Or
is useful, yes. Let's
overall?
underline that. Sum up is very useful. Yeah, let's highlight that one. Yeah. Overall is useful, yeah. Yeah. Overall. Any other words?
Whereas,
Whereas. And maybe significantly. Yeah.
Yes.
In Spanish, you might say de manera importante, right? But in English, you wouldn't say important audience. You'd say significantly, yeah? We often use that word significant when we're talking about statistics. Yeah, it's a kind of a formal word that we often use when describing statistics, significant. Yeah? Are there any other words, any words or phrases in the other summaries that could replace these words or phrases? Look at the other summaries. Yeah. You could see but it's not a very sophisticated option. Well, end summary is useful, isn't it? In A. Yeah, in conclusion is also useful. And while. You agree with that?
Yes.
While. There's summary. Now, I've sent you a worksheet through the chat. There are 3 boxes here, and you can see that the idea is that we can add phrases from this box below to give students options, right? So instead of overall, there are a couple, you notice to sum up, right? 2 options. Instead of summing up, to sum up, we can use in conclusion. Sum up is a perfectly good discourse marker to use, isn't it? Right? Yeah. But we can also use in conclusion and in summary. For overall, what are the 2 possibilities that we could add there? Can you write them in the chat? Look in the box below here. Overall. In general, says Gemma, thank you, yes. Can you think of it? Can you see another one? Generally speaking, fantastic, yeah. Now, what about box 2? We can add, the radio is more popular in the morning, whereas, but, and while. Yeah, Patricia and Beatrice says on the other hand. And however, that's correct. Yeah, so however and on the other hand. Then box 3, significantly. Substantially, yes, that would be the synonym. And like the antonym would be slightly, wouldn't it? It's like the opposite. Yeah. So it's good to have antonyms ready as well, isn't it? Synonyms and antonyms, like the opposite words. All right, now. Good job. Let's have a look at worksheet 2. I'm going to put you into 3 groups for this. I'd like you to decide if the sentences are about the TV or radio. And let me just organize you into groups. So have a look at worksheet 2 on the Google Slides here. Tell me if they're about the radio or TV. Looking back at the graph, it's TV, isn't it? No. Look at look at the first sentence. This word sharp and rise. What parts of speech are sharp and rise? What is rise? Is it a verb or an adjective?
Verb.
So you're saying that rise is a verb.
It's an adjective, right?
Sharp is an adjective, isn't it?
Yes.
Look at what sharp is modifying, right? So what's rise?
It's a noun.
It's a noun, yes. Then look in paragraph 4, rises. What is the part of speech there? Rises. Yes, there it's being used
verb.
as a verb, isn't it, right?
It's a verb,
And steadily, what's that?
an adverb.
Adverb.
It's an adverb, yes. Okay. Now, I'd like you to try and complete the missing information, the numbers. They're going to be numbers. They're going to be percentages or times. Okay. For that, you're going to need to look at the graph. All right. So have the graph in front of you. And so Anselmo, Bear, Claudia, and Cynthia your group A, work together. David, Gemma, Josefina, and Kenya work together. And Norma, Patricia, and Wendy work together. Now you've got to do this, you've got to focus on the graph because that's going to give you the numbers. Right? To make it a bit easier for you, I'm going to put the graph into the chat.
Thank you.
Okay. Try and write the numbers in there. Do I put you into breakout rooms just so you can talk together about it? Couple of minutes. Go talk about it. Please go to your breakout rooms. Discuss the numbers. Please go to your breakout rooms. Time's moving on. So I'll just give you the answers and I'll tell you which sentence referred to radio and which to TV. So between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m., there is a sharp rise from approximately 7% to a peak of just under 30%. That's radio. It stays at about 15% until just before 4 p.m. when it shoots up rapidly to its peak of 45%. It remains at roughly the same level until 10 p.m. when it sees a rapid decrease in numbers until it reaches its lowest point of 2% at 2 a.m., and that's TV. The audience figures rises steadily from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. and then falls briefly to 10 at 10 before jumping to 15% at 2 p.m. This figure experiences a gradual decline to 2% over the rest of the day, although there is a slight increase to around 4 p.m. and again at 10 p.m. No. We need to give students some options regarding some of these adjective and noun combinations and adverb, verb and adverb combinations. So from what you can remember, can you think of any other adjective noun combinations? Obviously, the first one is sharp and rise. And look in the answers. Shall I give you the answers through the chat? Any alternatives for sharp rise? Doesn't have to mean the same, but it needs to be an adjective and noun. So rapid decrease, right? Adjective noun. That's a possibility. How about increase as a noun? What's the adjective that goes in the examples here with increase? Look in the final sentence. This figure experiences a gradual decline over the rest of the day, although there is a slight increase of around 4 p.m. We've got two there, haven't we? With adjectives and nouns. We've got gradual decline and slight increase. Right? Ah, what about Bob? Ah, I'm looking at the right page. Now, what about verb adverb? Can you see any examples of that in these sentences? Verb adverb. Look for the LYs.
Shoots up rapidly.
Shoots up rapidly. Great. Yes. Shoots up rapidly. And
Remains at roughly.
remains at roughly. I guess that counts, yeah, because remain is a verb and roughly is an adverb, isn't it? The one that's suggested though is falls briefly. The audience figure rises steadily from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. and then falls briefly at 10 before jumping to 15% at 2 p.m. Yeah. So this sort of thing is very useful when you're preparing them for the academic writing, these combinations, these collocations. Yeah. This is going to make a difference between getting a 6 or a 7 or an 8, right? Is if they can use these sort of things accurately. Finally, just about finished. There are two possible structures for answering the question. Let me show you those. Two ways they can organize that. With an introduction, they talk about radio, they talk about TV, and then there's a summary. The other way is there's the intro, there's the morning, radio, then TV, afternoon, radio, then TV, evening, radio, and TV. All right? So, it's a writing lesson, I think that the logical thing is to write your answer according to the headings. We're not going to finish it tonight, but I mean, you can finish it for homework. And then you can keep these links. And all right, you write your answer according to whether you want to do style B or style A. You can decide. To close that. Got too many things open. Because we don't have time to do a full answer. The time left. Okay, cool. All right, so you can decide how you want to answer this. A or B? Write your name according to which you prefer, A or B. And you'll be able to see each other's writing. Both are logical ways of answering the task. Just about finished. But the one thing I wanted to ask you was if you could please complete this little questionnaire now that we're at the end of the course. Please review the course program and answer the questions below. Your input is greatly appreciated to improve future generations of the course. So, which training session or sessions do you think was or is or will be most useful to you as a teacher of IELTS exam preparation classes, and why? Which is, or will be least useful? Do you have any other suggestions? And when you're done, submit. How did you find the platform, the work on the platform? Did you have time enough to do it? Wasn't a problem? Good. Hi, thank you very much for your feedback. see what we can do to improve for next time. Muchas gracias. Que descansen. Ya terminamos.
Bye, thank
See
you.
you too.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you very much.
Thank
Goodbye.
you so much
You
for
too.
everything.
Nada, nada.
Nice night.
Goodbye,
Yes.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for your
Bye.
patience. Really, thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I really appreciate all the knowledge that you
Mhm.
share with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.